The Godfather. Let's talk about it. Anyways, guys, I know this movie is it's a classic. I know it's a classic. Never seen the entirety of The Godfather, okay? Never seen the entirety of it. I've always just caught it like in the middle somewhere or something like that. Listen, I know, you know what I'm saying, Mr. Brando, you know what I'm saying? I know of him because he's just, this role was just classic. You get what I'm saying? So I've heard lines that are associated with the Godfather movies. I've heard, things. I've heard things. It's like it's a classic, so you're gonna have classic lines that comes from the movies and stuff like that. Can't wait to hear those and stuff like that. So as I said, I've never really gotten into the Godfather series. I know that Al Pacino I think he plays the son of the Godfather, I believe. I know that Andy Garcia is in, I think, part 2 as well. As I said, I know of certain things. I've just never watched any of these movies in their entirety because as I was growing up, I never really liked watching long movies. And I think one of the first longest movies that I've ever watched was I think it was like about 5 to 6 hours. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the 10 Commandments. Back in the day, them Christian movies, bro, and we used to watch them, but I never liked it. And we were kind of, I don't want to say forced to watch these movies, but it was kind of like watching the Bible in live action. So you kind of like, because I grew up in a Christian home, it was kind of like it was on, and that's pretty much what your parents watch, so you had to watch it. And those movies were long, you know what I'm saying? Long movies. I think there's one called Jesus Christ of Nazareth as well. Absolutely long movies, man. You know what I'm saying? So never really liked it. So if a movie is like, if it wasn't like an hour and a half, I didn't want to see it. So unless it was absolutely enjoyable. So that was like the major runtime of most movies back in the day. And now they're kind of taking, taking the steps to go even above that. Movies are like kind of becoming 3 hours minimum nowadays, especially the Marvel movies. So when it comes on to the Godfather, that has been my experience. I've always just like walk into or like when we had cable and stuff like that, we've always just walked, like flip the channel and see the Godfather going on like in the middle of it or something like that. And I never really sat down and watched the entire movie. So I've never, like, I'll watch it for like 5-10 minutes and I click it off because I'm like, I don't know what's going on, right? So now finally I am here because I've watched The Sopranos. You guys said you have to watch the Godfather series. Also, for Many Saints of New York, I know you guys have said watch it right after The Sopranos, but I feel like watching the Godfather first. That's not to say that the Many Saints of New York is not going to come out before the Godfather. It may, depending on when I want to watch it, because to be honest, I'm not that enthusiastic to see the Many Saints of New York because of the feedback from all the people that have already watched it, that have subscribed to the channel and whatever, and gave me feedback about it. So I'm not too excited to see it, but at the same time, I'm still going to be watching it, so just look out for it. It will be out soon. So also, I wanted to let you guys know that the full reactions for these movies, they are not going to be on YouTube. They're going to be on my Patreon. I will encourage you guys to actually go over there and sign up. That's where the full reactions are going to be over there. If you want to sign up, if you don't want to sign up, that's cool. It is what it is. If you guys want to watch me watch the full movie and enjoy the full context of what I'm reacting to, because I'm still learning about doing movies on YouTube. I know it's a little bit more complicated because there's a lot more copyrighted music in movies, and also you can't show too much footage on YouTube, and I'm trying to do it in a way with the movies where I don't cover it at all. So that's going to be another challenge as well for YouTube. So we're gonna jump into this, man. As I said, I don't want to say, um, I don't really have much to say, to be honest, because I don't know the storyline of this movie. I know it's mob related, Italian mob related, but I don't know the story. I also know, so let me preface this by saying I know he dies in the end, because that's like folklore. It's kind of like knowing that freaking Darth Vader is Luke's father in Star Wars. I've never watched it, but stuff like that just gets spoiled for you if you're on the internet, right? So I do know that the Godfather here, I know that Marlon Brando, I know he dies at the end, okay? I know his character dies in the end, so that's not going to be a surprise to me. I just want to see what leads up to it, okay? What happens, okay? So that's gonna be fun. It's my first time watching the movie in its entirety, so let's go watch the movie. And of course I'm gonna have a review for it at the end, and of course I'm gonna have a score for it at the end. This movie is a classic and I'm looking forward to it. Let's go watch the movie. I will see you guys at the end for the review.
America has made my fortune, and I raised my daughter in the American fashion. I gave her freedom, but I taught her never to dishonor her family. She found a boyfriend, not an Italian. She went to the movies with him. She stayed out late. I didn't protest. 2 months ago, he took her for a drive with another boyfriend. They made her drink whiskey, and then they tried to take advantage of her. She resisted. She kept her honor, so they beat her like an animal.
Oh, damn.
When I went to the hospital, her nose was broken.
Is he talking to the Godfather
Her
right
jaw
now?
was shattered, held together by wire. She couldn't even weep because of the pain, but I wept. Why did I weep? She was the light of my life.
I feel you on that, bro.
Beautiful girl. Now she will never be beautiful again. I went to the police like a good American. These 2 boys were brought to trial.
They got off?
The judge sentenced them to 3 years in prison and suspended the sentence. Suspended the sentence? They went free that very day. I stood in the courtroom like a fool. And those 2 bastards, they smiled at me. Then I said to my wife, for justice, we must go to Don Corleone.
Why did you go to the police? Why didn't you come to me first?
What do you want of me? Tell me anything, but do what I beg you to do.
What is that?
I
want them dead.
That I cannot do.
I'll give you anything you ask.
We've known each other many years, but this is the first time you ever came to me for counsel, for help. I can't remember the last time that you invited me to your house for a cup of coffee, even though my wife is godmother to your only child. But let's be frank, you never wanted my friendship, and you were afraid to be in my debt. I understand. You found paradise in America, had a good trade, made a good living, police protected you, and there were courts of law. You didn't need a friend like me. But now you come to me and you say, Don Corleone, give me justice. But you don't ask with respect. You don't offer friendship. You don't even think to call me Godfather. Instead, you come into my house on the day my daughter's to be married and you ask me to do murder. Money.
I ask you for justice.
That is not justice. Your daughter is still alive.
Let them suffer then. As she suffers, how much shall I pay you?
Buonasera. Buonasera. What have I ever done to make you treat me so disrespectfully? You'd come to me in friendship. Then the scum that ruined your daughter would be suffering this very day. And if by chance an honest man like yourself should make enemies, then he would become my enemies. And then they would fear you.
Be my friend?
This man is wilding right now.
Godfather?
He's desperate, but he's not saying none of this in earnest.
Good. Someday, and that day may never come, I'll call upon you to do a service for me. But until that day, accept this justice as a gift on my daughter's wedding day. Yeah, give this to Clemenza. I want reliable people, people that aren't going to be carried away. I mean, we're not murderers, in spite of what this undertaker said.
What is it? Hey, it's my sister's wedding.
They cops?
God damn FBI don't respect nothing.
The feds.
Come here, come here, come here, come here, come here, come here.
Is
Not on the list, but Luca Brasi wants to see you.
Is this necessary?
He didn't expect to be invited to the wedding, so he wanted to thank you.
Michael,
is he practicing his speech?
that man over there is talking to himself. That scary guy over there?
He's a very scary guy.
Well, who is he? What's his name?
His name is Luca Brasi. He helps my father out sometimes.
Oh, Michael, wait a minute. He's coming over here.
Hey.
So Michael was
My brother Tom Hagen is Kay Adams.
How do you do?
he was in the army?
Father's been asking for you. Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. If he's your brother, why does he have a different name?
Oh, when my brother Sonny was a kid, he found Tom Hagen in the street, and he had no home. So my father took him in, and he's been with us ever since. He's a good lawyer, not a Sicilian. But I think he's going to be consigliere.
What's that?
That's like a counselor, an advisor, very important to the family.
Senator Cole,
With
apologized for not coming
no
personally.
snacks.
Said you'd understand. Also, some of the judges, they've all sent gifts.
What is that outside?
Michael, you never told me you knew Johnny Fontaine.
That's Johnny Fontaine?
Oh, well, sure.
My father helped him with his career.
He did? How?
Let's listen to the song.
No, Michael.
Well, when Johnny was first starting out, he was signed to this personal service contract with a big band leader. And as his career got better and better, he wanted to get out of it. Now, Johnny is my father's godson, and my father went to see this band leader. He offered him $10,000 to let Johnny go, but the band leader said no. The next day, my father went to see him, only this time with Luca Brasi. And within an hour, he signed a release for a certified check of $1,000.
How'd he do that?
My father made him an offer he couldn't refuse.
What was that?
Luca Brasi held a gun to his head, and my father assured him that either his brains or his signature would be on the contract. It's a true story.
Wow. They just tell that like it's nothing.
I don't know what to do. My voice is weak. It's weak. Anyway, if I had this part in the picture, you know, it puts me right back up on top again. This man out there, he won't give it to me. The head of the studio.
What's his name?
Waltz. He won't give it to me, and he says there's no chance. No chance. A month ago, he bought the movie rights to this book, a bestseller. And the main character is a guy just like me. I wouldn't even have to act. Just be myself. Godfather, I don't know what to do.
You can act like a man! What's the matter with you? Is this how you turned out a Hollywood Pinocchio that cries like a woman? What can I do? What can I do? What is that? Ridiculous. I want you to rest well, and a month from now, this Hollywood big shot's gonna give you what you want.
Too late. They start shooting in a week.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
Oh, so this classic line
Go outside and
came
enjoy
from
yourself.
this movie. Okay.
Forget about all this nonsense. I want you to leave all to me.
I don't even
What
think
time
they
is my
do
daughter
cakes
leave
like
with
that
Brad?
anymore.
In a few minutes right after they cut the cake. Now, your new son-in-law, we give him something important.
Never. Give him a living, but never discuss the family business with him.
Virgil Salazzo called. Now, we're gonna have to give him a day sometime next week.
We'll discuss him when you come back from California.
When am I going to California?
I want you to go tonight. I want you to talk to this movie big shot and settle his business for Johnny. Now, if there's nothing else, I'd like to go to my daughter's wedding.
Is there 5 families, or is there like, where is this? New York? I don't even know where this is taking place. Is this New York? What is it? Chicago? Where is it?
All right, start talking.
I was sent by a friend of Johnny Fontaine. A friend is my client. Would give his undying friendship to Mr. Walsh. Mr. Walsh would grant us a small favor. Give Johnny the part in that new war film you're starting next week.
And, what favor would your friend grant, Mr. Wolf?
You're gonna have some union problems. My client could make them disappear. Also, one of your top stars has just moved from marijuana to heroin.
Are you trying to muscle me?
Absolutely
Now,
not.
look
Come
to me,
do
you
service for a
smooth-talking
friend.
son of a bitch. Let me lay it on the line for you and your boss, whoever he is. Johnny Fontaine will never get that movie. I don't care how many Dago, Guinea, what greaseball goombas come out of the woodwork.
Wow.
German Irish.
Well, let me tell you something, my Kraut Mick friend.
Wow.
I'm gonna make so much trouble for you, you won't know what hit
Mr.
you.
Walsh, come a lawyer. I have not threatened.
I know almost every big lawyer in New York. Who the hell are you?
Oh, it is New
Special
York.
practice. I handle one client. Now, you have my number. I'll wait for your call.
Oh, he's hella rude. Jeez, Mr. Waltz.
Why don't you say you work for Corleone, Tom? I thought you were just some cheap two-bit hustler Johnny was running in trying to bluff me.
I don't like to use his name unless it's really necessary.
How's your drink, Tom?
Fine.
Hey, come on over here with me. I want to show you something really beautiful.
Corleone, Johnny's godfather. To the Italian people, that's a very religious, sacred, close relationship.
I respect that. Just tell him he should ask me anything else. But this is one favor I can't give him.
He never asked a second favor when he's been refused the first.
You don't understand. Johnny Fontaine never gets that movie.
Why?
That part is perfect for him. It'll make him a big star.
So
I'm gonna run him out of the business. And let me tell you why. Johnny Fontaine ruined one of Waltz International's most valuable proteges. For 5 years, we had her under training, singing lessons, acting lessons, dancing lessons. I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on her. I was gonna make her a big star. And let me be even more frank. She was beautiful. She was young. She was innocent. She was the greatest piece of ass I've ever had, and I've had them all over the world. And Johnny Fontaine comes along with his olive oil voice. And
So
big
you're
charm.
just jealous?
She threw it all away just to make me look ridiculous. And a man in my position can't afford to be made to look ridiculous. Now you
Ridiculous.
get the hell out of here. And if that goomba tries any rough stuff, you tell him I ain't no band leader. Yeah, I heard that story.
Thank you for the dinner and a very pleasant evening. Mr. Corleone is a man who insists on hearing bad news immediately.
Bruh. Bruh. This man really just refused the offer based on a piece of ass, bro. Like, he made it look like he was gonna say something profound, like he beat her up or some shit like that. This man really just refused the offer to make Johnny Fontaine a star because she was the best ass he ever had. This man is crazy. I don't know, man. Is this him? I don't think... Yo, what? Why is there blood on his sheet? Yo!
Solazzo is known as the Turk. Supposed to be very good with a knife, but only in matters of business with some sort of reasonable complaint. His business is narcotics. He has fields in Turkey where they grow the poppy. Sicily, he has the plants to process them into heroin. He needs cash, and he needs protection from the police, for which he gives a piece of the action. I couldn't find out how much. The Tattaglia family is behind him here in New York. Now, they have to be in it for something.
What about his prison record?
2 terms, one in Italy, one here.
Santino, what do you think?
There's a lot of money in that white powder.
Huh?
Well, I say yes. There's more money potential in narcotics than anything else we're looking at. Now, if we don't get into it, somebody else will. Maybe one of the 5 families, maybe all of them. Now, with the money they earn, they can buy more police and political power. Then they come after us. Now we have the unions, we have the gambling, and they're the best things to have. But narcotics is a thing of the future. If we don't get a piece of that action, we risk everything we have. I mean, not now, but 10 years from now.
So? What's your answer gonna be, Pop?
There, Don Corleone. I need a man who has powerful friends. I need $1 million in cash. I need, Don Corleone, those politicians that you carry in your pocket. Like so many nickels and dimes.
What is the interest for my family?
30%. In the first year, your end should be $3-4 million. And then it would go up.
And what is the interest for the Tattaglia family?
My compliments. I'll take care of the Tattaglias. Out of my share.
So I receive 30% for finance, political influence, and legal protection. That's what you're telling me.
That's right.
Why do you come to me? Why do I deserve this generosity?
If you consider $1 million in cash, just finance. Salud, Don Corleone.
I said that I would see you because I heard that you were a serious man to be treated with respect. But I must say no to you, and I'll give you my reasons. It's true, I have a lot of friends in politics, but they wouldn't be friendly very long if they knew my business was drugs instead of gambling, which they regard as a harmless vice, but drugs is a dirty business. It doesn't make any difference to me what a man does for a living, you understand? But your business is a little dangerous.
A little?
Security for your $1 million. The Tattaglias will guarantee it.
Oh, are you telling me that the Tattaglias guarantee our
Wait a
investment?
minute. I have a sentimental weakness for my children, and I spoil them, as you can see. They talk when they should listen. But anyway, Senor Sonotsum, I know is final, and I wish to congratulate you on your new business. I know you do very well, and good luck to you.
Hey, it's always a great decision to not get involved with blood. It's such a dirty business, bro.
What's the matter with you? I think your brain is going soft from all that comedy you're playing with that young girl.
This is Sonny, right?
Everybody outside the family, what you're thinking again. Go on.
It's from Johnny starring in that new film.
Oh. He got the part, eh?
And tell Luca Brazzi to come in. I'm a little worried about this Salozzo fellow. I want you to find out what he's got under his fingernails, you know? Go to the Tattaglias and make them think that you're not too happy with our family, and find out what you can.
Let's see what Luca Brazzi. Let's see what kind of enforcer he is.
I'm Bruno Tattaglia.
I know. You know who I am? Io ti conosci. Ha parlato con la famiglia Tattaglia. Vero? Io ho pensato, oro, parlarne io e te. Di business. A me mi bisogna uno come te, forte. Io capite che non sei contento più con la famiglia Corleone. Capace che vuoi cambiare. Ti vuoi mettere con me?
Basta, i soldi sono buoni.
$50.000. Da principio. Me ne accorgo? Va bene.
Oh! No, they killed Luca. So does that mean there's a snitch? Does that mean that they have a man inside the Corleone family though? Or are they taking out these dudes? What's going on?
Make time, consigliere. Get in the car. What are you worried about? If I wanted to kill you, you'd be dead already.
I think they're gonna... What the hell? Wait a second, then who dies at the end of the movie? What the hell did I watch? Was it a different movie that I watched? Oh, okay. What? Yo, bro, what am I watching right now? Because... Nation attempt? He must survive. They said he got gunned down, but... I think he must have survived, man, because... That's
Sonny,
like
Michael.
one of the thing that I've always heard about the Godfather is that he dies at the end of the first movie.
All kinds of stories.
He was hit bad. Okay.
Look, come home, kid. You should be with Mom when you're here.
All right.
There's more news about your old man. The word is out on the street he's already dead.
What's the matter? Jesus Christ, I mean, take it easy.
Where was Paulie?
Paulie was out sick. He'd been a little sick all winter.
How many times have you been sick?
Only maybe 3-4 times. I mean, I asked Freddie wants me to get a different bodyguard. He said
Pick him
no.
up. Do me a favor, pick him up right now. I don't care how sick he is. If he's breathing, I want you to bring him to my father's house now. You understand? Now.
Yeah, you want me sending people over here?
No, just you and him. Go ahead. Hello?
Santino Corleone.
Yeah?
We have time, Hagen. About 3 hours he'll be released with our proposition. Listen to everything he has to say before you do anything. What's done is done. And don't lose that famous temper of yours, huh, Sonny?
No, I'll wait.
Sonny was hot for my deal, wasn't he? And you knew it was the right thing to do.
Killed
Sonny
him
will come
because
after
he
you
didn't
with
want to
everything
go
he's
into
got.
business with you?
That'll be his first reaction, sure. That's why you gotta talk some sense to him. The Tattaglia family is behind me with all their people. The other New York families will go along with anything that'll prevent a full-scale war. Let's face it, Tom, I'm all due respect. The Don, rest in peace, was slipping. 10 years ago, could I have gotten to him? Well, now he's dead. He's dead, Tom, and nothing can bring him back. So you gotta talk to Sonny. You gotta talk to the Cabo regimes, that Tessio, that fat Clemenza. It's good business, Tom.
I'll try. But even Sonny won't be able to call off Luca Brasi.
Luca Brasi's dead.
Let me worry about Luca. You just talk to Sonny.
They don't know that
Leo
Luca
gets
dead. Cause they don't know that
I'll do my best.
they didn't know that Don sent him over there.
Now, you can go. I don't like violence, Tom. I'm a businessman. Blood is a big expense.
Blood is a big expense.
He's still alive.
Oh, they got
5 shots and he's still alive. Well, that's bad luck for me. And bad luck for you if you don't make that deal.
I thought they would have kept it a secret though. It would have played to their advantage in some ways if they had figured out how to get kept it a secret that he's still alive.
Go ahead, babe.
That might be a good idea.
Yeah,
Paulie. Paulie be sick in these
Take care of
streets.
that bitch right away.
Paulie sold out the old man, that Strutz.
I don't want to see him again. Make that first thing on your list, understand?
Understood.
Mickey, tomorrow, you get a couple of guys, you go over to Luca's apartment, hang around.
So
wait
hold
for
on,
me.
they're blaming this on Paulie?
Mike mixed up in this too directly.
Listen, hang around the house on the phone and be a big help, huh? Try Luca again. Go ahead. What the hell is this?
That's a Sicilian message. It means Luca Brasi sleeps with the fishes.
What are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here now.
Michael Corleone. This is my father. There's nobody here. What happened to the guards?
Your father just had too many visitors. They interfered with hospital service.
What?
The police made them leave about 10 minutes ago.
They have the police in their pockets, man.
Now get me a Long Beach 4-5620, please. Nurse, wait a minute. Stay here. Sonny, Michael, I'm at the hospital. Listen, I got here late. There's nobody here. Nobody. No Tessio's men, no detectives, nobody. Papa's all alone.
I won't panic.
I'm sorry, but you will have to leave.
You and I are gonna move my father to another room. Now, can you disconnect those two so we can move the bed out?
That's out of the question.
You know my father. Men are coming here to kill him. You understand? Now help me, please.
I'm looking around the corner as if the perspective is going to change. Is Michael gonna confront him? Whoever that is?
Who are you? I am Enzo, the baker. Do you remember me?
Enzo.
Yes, Enzo.
You better get out of here, Enzo. There's gonna be trouble.
If there is trouble, I stay here to help you. For your father, for your father.
Listen, wait for me outside in front of the hospital, all right? I'll be out in a minute. Go ahead.
Okay, okay.
He didn't want Michael to be a part of the life or anything involving the family. And this dude looks sketchy as hell. I don't like the baker, bro. He looking kind of sus out here. They don't want no smoke. That man's scared out of his mind. What now? Why are they harassing him?
I thought I got all you guinea hoods locked up. What the hell are you doing here?
What happened to the men who were guarding my father, Captain?
Why, you little punk. What the hell are you doing telling me my business? I pulled them guys off of here, huh? Now you get out of here and stay away from this hospital.
I'm not moving until you put some guards around my father's room.
Phil, take him in.
Kid's clean, Captain. He's a war hero. He's never been...
God damn it, I said take him in.
What's the Turk paying you to set up my father, Captain?
Take a hold of him. Stand him up. Stand him up straight.
Well, damn. For no reason.
I'm the attorney for the Corleone family. These men are private detectives hired to protect Vito Corleone. They're licensed to carry firearms. If you interfere, you'll have to appear before a judge in the morning and show cause.
All right, let him go. Come on.
Look beautiful. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. Hey, listen to this. The Turk, he wants to talk. He got you. Imagine the nerve on this son of a bitch, eh?
Craps out last night. He wants a meeting today.
What'd he say? What did he say? Ba-da-beep, ba-da-bap, ba-da-boop, ba-da-beep. He wants us to send Michael to hear the proposition. And the promise is that the deal is so good that we can't refuse, eh?
What about Bruno Tatari?
It's part of the deal. Bruno cancels out what they did to my father.
Sonny, we ought to hear what they had to say.
No more. Not this time, Consigliere. No more meetings, no more discussions, no more Salazzo tricks. You give him one message, I want Salazzo. If not, it's all out war. We go to the
Some
match.
of the other families won't sit still.
They hand me Salazzo.
Your father would want to hear this. This is business, not personal.
They shot my father.
Even the shooting of your father was business, not personal, Sonny.
Well, then business will have to suffer, all right? Hey, listen, do me a favor, Tom. No more advice on how to patch things up. Just help me win, please, all right?
I found out about this Captain McCluskey who broke Mike's jaw.
What about him?
Now, he's definitely on Salazzo's payroll and for big money. McCluskey has agreed to be the Turk's bodyguard. What you have to understand, Sonny, is that while Salazzo is being guarded like this, he is invulnerable. Now, nobody has ever gunned down a New York police captain, never. It would be disastrous. All the 5 families would come after you, Sonny. The Corleone family would be outcast. Even the old man's political protection would run for cover.
All right, wait.
You can't wait. Can't wait. They want to have a meeting with me, right? It will be me, Klusky, and Salazzo. Let's set the meeting.
Let's set it up.
Get our informers to find out where it's going to be held. Someplace where there's people so I feel safe. They're gonna search me when I first meet them, right? Can't have a weapon on me then. But if Clemenza can figure a way to have a weapon planted there for 'em, then I'll kill them both.
What are you gonna do? Nice college boy, huh? Didn't want to get mixed up in the family business? Huh? Now you want to gun down a police captain, why? Because he slapped you in the face a little bit? Huh? What do you think, this is the army where you shoot him a mile away? You gotta get up close like this, and bada bing, you blow their brains all over your nice Ivy League suit. Come here. Mwah! You're taking this very personal. Tom, this is business, and this man is taking it very, very personal.
Where does it say that you can't kill a cop?
Come on, Mikey.
Tom, wait a minute. I'm talking about a cop that's mixed up in drugs. I'm talking about a dishonest cop, a crooked cop who got mixed up in the rackets and got what was coming to him. That's a terrific story. And we have newspaper people on the payroll, don't we, Tom? They might like a story like that.
They might. They just might.
It's not personal, son. It's strictly business.
Nothing. Not a hint. Absolutely nothing. Even Solozzo's people don't know where the meeting's gonna be held.
How much time do we have?
I'll pick you up in front of Jack Dempsey's joint in an hour and a half. Exactly an hour and a half. Louis' restaurant in the Bronx.
Well, is it reliable? That's my man in McCluskey's precinct. Police captain's got to be on call 24 hours a day. He signed out at that number between 8 and 10.
They got an old-fashioned toilet. You know, the box and the chain thing. We might be able to take the gun behind it.
All right. Mike, you go to a restaurant, you eat, you talk for a while, you relax. You make them relax. Then you get up and you go take a leak. Now, better still, you ask for permission to go. And when you come back, you come out blasting. And don't take any chances. 2 shots in the head apiece.
Now, listen, I want somebody good, and I mean very good, to plant that gun. I don't want my brother coming out of that toilet with just his dick in his hands, all right?
The gun will be there.
All right, listen, you drive him and you pick him up after the job.
How is this going to play out?
I'm glad you came, Mike. I hope we can straighten everything out. This is terrible. It's not the way I wanted things to go at all. It should have never happened.
Really?
Straighten everything out tonight. I don't want my father bothered anymore.
You won't be, Mike. I swear on my children you won't. But you gotta keep an open mind when we talk. I mean, I hope you're not a hothead like your brother Sonny. You can't talk business with him. You do не ворать.
He's a good kid.
I'm sorry about the other night, Mike. I gotta frisk you, so turn around, huh? On your knees, facing me.
What I want, what's most important to me,
Yeah, talk English, please.
is that I have a guarantee. No more attempts on my father's life.
What guarantees can I give you, Mike? I'm the hunted one. I missed my chance. You think too much of me, kid. I'm not that clever. All I want is a truce.
Yeah. No.
I have to go to the bathroom. Is that all right?
You gotta go, you gotta go.
Well, good for you. Feeling on niggas' nuts. Sorry. You were supposed to just come out and blast them. I guess not.
Dinlemeyin.
He did it? Well, doesn't matter what he was saying. in Italian.
Since McCluskey's killing, the police have been cracking down on most of our operations. And also the other families. Been a lot of bad blood.
They hit us, so we hit them back.
Through our contacts in the newspapers, we've been able to put out a lot of material about McCluskey being linked with Sollozzo and the drug rackets. You see, things are starting to loosen up.
I'm going to live
I think he's gonna be more mad that y'all allowed Michael to do that shit. Where's Mike? Yep, where's Michael? That's what he's concerned about.
It was Michael who killed Sollozzo. But he's safe. He's starting to work to bring him back.
I want you to find out what it'll pin to tie his hide and I want his ass now, right now.
Hey, Sonny, what? Things are starting to loosen up a little bit. If you go after Tattaglia, all hell's gonna break loose. Let the smoke clear. Pop can negotiate.
No, Pop can't do nothing till he's better. I'm gonna decide what's gonna go.
All right, but your war's costing us a lot of money. Nothing's coming in. We can't do business.
Well, neither can they. Don't
They
worry
don't have
about it.
our
Please
overhead.
don't worry about
We
it.
can't afford a stalemate.
Well, then there ain't no more stalemate. I'm gonna end it by killing that old bastard. I'm gonna.
Yeah, you're getting
kill
a
it.
great reputation. I hope you're enjoying
Well,
it.
you just do what I tell you to do. God damn it, if I had a wartime consigliere of Sicilian, I wouldn't be in a shape. Pop that Jenko, look what I got. I didn't mean that.
Yeah, he did.
Ha fatto buona caccia.
Voi conoscete tutti le carrosse del suo paese? Anche venendo abbiamo incontrato qualcuno di betta. Una particolare ha colpito il nostro amico come un fulmine.
So they
capite? E a bocca.
A bocca.
so they translate some of the Italian and then they just
teneva un vestito magari color prugna.
And then
magari un più contesto.
they don't for some.
Poteva essere una bellezza magari più greca che italiana.
Più greca che italiana.
La conoscete?
La conoscete? No. Da sto paese non ci sono queste ragazze.
Tanto io l'ho capito.
Maybe it's his daughter?
Che de suo figlio. No, chi sa, per due figli da credo che c'è stato.
I apologize if I offended you.
Ci dispiace se l'ho offeso.
I'm a stranger in this country,
È straniero in questo paese.
and I meant no disrespect to you or your daughter.
E non voleva mancare di rispetto né a lei né a vostra figlia.
Ma qui è chi? E che buono di mia figlia?
I'm an American, hiding in Sicily.
Un americano che si è nascosto in Sicilia.
My name is Michael Corleone.
E si chiama Michele Corleone.
There are people who pay a lot of money for that information.
Ci sarebbe parecchia gente che pagherebbe per essere picciole per informazioni così.
But then your daughter would lose a father
Ma allora vostra figlia perderebbe un padre.
instead of gaining a husband.
Invece di guadagnare...
Like that?
Ah, minchia, ma sei innamorato da vero.
I want to meet your daughter.
Vuole conoscere vostra figlia.
With your permission
Con il suo permesso.
and under the supervision of your family.
E con il consenso di tutta la famiglia.
With all respect.
Con tutto il rispetto, naturalmente.
Venite domenica, mattina. Mi chiamo Vitelli. Abito in campagna, vicino a Ciumi.
Grazie. E come si chiama vostra figlia?
Apollonia.
Come on, we gotta go pick up my sister. Let's go.
No, he's not hitting her. Look at her mouth.
Huh? Smart.
He hit her.
It was my fault.
Where is
Sonny, please. It was my fault. Sonny, it was
Nah,
my fault.
he a dead.
Just gonna give the doctor to come and take a look at you.
Honey, please don't do anything. Please don't do it.
What is it with women in these circumstances, man? Always pleading for these men. They deserve, you know, who, which family she belongs to, and you're, bruh. But then again, there's this thing, you know, learning from The Sopranos that it's like you're allowed to do that shit. Whoop his ass, Sonny. All right, that, I don't know. This is like the worst action scene ever. All of this happening with literally zero family around. Seen a lot of stuff here that don't know why it's happening. I don't know about any of these traditions. Maybe you guys can explain what they were doing there. It's time to consummate this thing, girl. Still a choice.
Weren't expecting you, Kay. You should call.
Yes, well, I have. I mean, I've tried writing
Oh.
and calling.
Oh.
Now, I want to reach Michael.
Nobody knows where he is.
That man is
We know
coming
that
back
he's
a
all
married
right, that's
man.
all.
What was that?
Well, that's an accident, but nobody was hurt.
Tom, will you give this letter to Michael, please? Please.
Well, if I accepted that, in a court of law, they could prove that I have knowledge of his whereabouts. Now, you just be patient, Kay. He'll get in touch with you, all right?
I let my cab go, so can I come in to call another one, please?
Come on, I'm sorry. Come on.
Poor Kay, man. She just got left on the wayside. She wasn't like, you know what I'm saying? Would you guys do you guys think that Michael loved her though? I don't think so, cause he was, you know what I'm saying?
Who's this?
Oh damn, she didn't know about the Gumar, did she? No, no. I'm thinking about Sonny. This dude is.
Food, it's on the table. It's getting cold.
I'll eat out later.
You just told me to make you dinner.
Hey, Bafangul, huh?
Oh,
I don't know what Vavangul means. How is nobody hearing this?
Yeah, come on now, kill me. Be a murderer like your father. Come on, all you Corleones are murderers anyway. Come on, you. Come on, kill me. Get out! Get out here!
I hate you!
Now, go ahead. Now I'll kill you. You guinea brat, you. Get out here!
Bruh. This man really wants to die. Like,
Yeah, Connie. Listen, you wait there. No, you just wait there.
all that damn gravel, Jesus.
Sonny, honey, come on, get out of here. Go after him, come on.
Oh no. Oh no. How? How was this set up? The heck was this set up? How the heck did they know that Sonny would have left? This doesn't even make sense, dude. What? Nah, man, they got a snitch in the family, dude. I mean, at the end of the day, kind of his temper got him killed, but still, this doesn't make any sense. How did they set that up that quickly? It was so random that he would have left.
I was about to come up and wake you just now and tell you.
But you needed a drink first. Now you've had the drink.
They shot Sonny on the causeway. He's dead.
Bruh, how the heck did they set that up? At a toll booth.
I want no inquiries, man.
How did they know he left? How like? Oh my God.
I want no acts of vengeance. I want you to arrange a meeting with the heads of the 5 families. This war stops now. Call Bruce. We need him now.
This is Tom Hagen, calling to Vito Corleone at his request. Now, you owe your Don a service. He has no doubt that you will repay it. Now, he will be at your funeral parlor in 1 hour. Be there to greet you.
I don't want his mother to see him this way. Look how they massacred my boy.
E come va, Palermo?
I giovani non hanno più rispetto. Stanno cambiando i tempi, io non lo so come va a finire. Senti, Michele, dopo che ti maritasti, la gente lo sa come ti chiami e non credo che qua tu sei più sicuro. Io ho fatto un piano. Voglio che tu vada in una villa vicino a Siracusa. Ma ci devi andare subito. Subito.
Che succede?
Brutte notizie. Dall'America. Tuo frate Santino. L'hanno ammazzato.
Michele, andiamo? Andiamo, dai, me l'avevi promesso.
Oh, he's going back home now. He must be tired of hiding, bro.
Are you driving yourself, boss? Yes. Is your wife coming with you?
No, I want you to take her to her father's house till I know things are safe.
Okay, anything you say, boss.
Ciao, dove è Aplon?
Sta in macchina, avrai una sorpresa, sta guidando da sola.
Fabrizio, dove vai?
Michele, aspettami lì, che vengo da sola fino da te.
Oh no. Oh no.
No! No, I
Come on, bro. You gotta be kidding me, man. Yo.
How did things ever get so far? I don't know. It was so unfortunate, so unnecessary. Natalia lost a son. I lost a son. We're quits. And if Natalia agrees, then I'm willing to let things go on the way they were before.
We're all grateful to Don Corleone for calling this meeting. We all know him as a man of his word. Modest man. He'll always listen to reason.
Yes, Don Barzini. He's too modest. He had all the judges and politicians in his pocket. He refused to share them.
When did I ever refuse an accommodation? All of you know me here. When did I ever refuse? except one time. And why? Because I believe this drug business is going to destroy us in the years to come. I mean, it's not like gambling or liquor, even women, which is something that most people want nowadays, and is forbidden to them by the bits and avanti of the church. Even the police departments that have helped us in the past with gambling and other things are going to refuse to help us when it comes to narcotics. And I believed that then, and I believe that now.
Times have changed. Not like the old days, where we can do anything we want. Refusal is not the act of a friend. Don Corleone had all the judges and the politicians in New York. Then he must share them. All it others use them. He must let us draw the water from the well. Certainly he can present a bill for such services. After all, we are not communists.
Oh, it's all laughs and giggles, huh?
For years, I paid my people extra so they wouldn't do that kind of business. Somebody comes to them and says, I have powders. Put up $3,000, $4,000 investment. We can make $50,000 distributing, so they can't resist. I want to control it as a business, to keep it respectable. I don't want it near schools. I don't want it sold to children. That's an infamia. My city, we would keep the traffic in the dark, people, the colored. They're animals anyway, so let them lose their souls.
Wow. I don't even know what to say to that.
Reason together. And as a reasonable man, I'm willing to do whatever's necessary to find a peaceful solution to these problems.
Then we are agreed. The traffic in drugs will be permitted, but controlled. Don Corleone will give her protection in the East, and there will be the peace.
But I must have strict assurance from Corleone. As time goes by and his position becomes stronger, will he attempt any individual vendetta?
We are all reasonable men here. We don't have to give assurances as if we were lawyers.
You talk about vengeance. Is vengeance gonna bring your son back to you? And my boy to me? I forgo the vengeance of my son. But I have selfish reasons. My younger son was forced to leave this country because of this Salazzo business. I have to make arrangements to bring him back here safely. But I'm a superstitious man. And if some unlucky accident should befall him, if he should get shot in the head by a police officer, or if he should hang himself in his jail cell, or if he's struck by a bolt of lightning, then I'm going to blame some of the people in this room, and that I do not forgive. But that aside, let me say that I swear on the souls of my grandchildren that I will not be the one to break the peace we've made here today.
When I meet with the Tatalia people, should I insist that all these drug middlemen have clean records?
Mention it. Don't insist. Bazzini's a man who'll know that without being told.
You mean Tatalia?
Tatalia's a pimp. I never could have outfought Santino. But I didn't know until this day that it was Bazzini all along.
Barzini's people chisel my territory, and we do nothing about it. Pretty soon there won't be one place in Brooklyn I can hang my hat.
Just be patient.
I'm not asking you for help, Mike. Just take off the handcuffs.
Be patient.
We gotta protect ourselves. Give me a chance to recruit some new men.
No. I don't want to give Barzini an excuse to start fighting.
Mike, you're wrong.
Don Corleone, you once said that the day would come when Tessio and me could form our own family. Till today, I would never think of it. I must ask your permission.
Well, Michael is now head of the family, and if he gives his permission, then you have my blessing.
After we make the move to Nevada, you can break off from the Corleone family and go on your own.
How long will that be?
6 months.
Forgive me, Godfather, but with you gone, me and Pete will come under Barzini's thumb sooner or later.
And I hate that goddamn Barzini. In 6 months' time, there won't be nothing left to build on.
Do you have faith in my judgment?
Yes.
Do I have your loyalty?
Yes, always, Godfather.
Don't be a friend to Michael. Do as he says.
There are things being negotiated now that are going to solve all your problems and answer all your questions. That's all I can tell you now. Carlo, you grew up in Nevada. When we make our move there, you're going to be my right-hand man. Tom Hagen's no longer consigliere. Going to be our lawyer in Vegas. That's no reflection on Tom, but that's the way I want it. Besides, if I ever need help, who's a better consigliere than my father? And that's it.
You made bitch-ass Carlo into his right-hand man.
What happened to Mo Green?
He said he had some business.
He said give him a call when the party started.
We'll give him a call. Johnny, how are you?
Hello, Mike. Nice to see you again.
We're all proud of you.
Thanks, Mike.
Sit down, Johnny. I want to talk to you. The Don's proud of you, too, Johnny.
Well, I owe it all to him.
Well, he knows how grateful you are. That's why he'd like to ask a favor.
Mike, what can I do?
The Corleone family is thinking of giving up all its interest in the olive oil business, settling out here. Now, Mo Green will sell us his share of the casino and the hotel, so it can be completely owned by the family. Tom?
Hey, Mike, are you sure about that? Mo loves the business. He never said nothing to me about selling.
Well, I'll make him an offer he can't refuse. See, Johnny, we figure that entertainment will be a big factor in drawing gamblers at the casino. And we hope you'll sign a contract to appear 5 times a year. Perhaps, convince some of your friends in the movies to do the same. We're counting on you.
Sure, Mike. I'll do anything for my Godfather. You know that.
Hey, Mike. Hello, fellas. Everybody's here. Freddie, Tom. Good to see you, Mike.
How are you, Mo?
All right. You got everything you want? The chef cooked for you special. The dancers will kick your tongue out, and your credit is good.
Let's see what this offer is. I don't think he's gonna be happy to sell his part of his
My
share.
credit good enough to buy you out?
Buy me out.
Casino, the hotel. Corleone family wants to buy you out.
The Corleone family wants to buy me out. No, I buy you out. You don't buy me out.
Your casino loses money. Maybe we can do better.
You think I'm skimming off the top, Mike?
You're unlucky.
You goddamn guineas really make me laugh. I do you a favor and take Freddie in when you're having a bad time, and then you try to push me out.
Wait a minute. You took Freddie in because the Corleone family bankrolled your casino because the Molinari family on the coast guaranteed his safety. Now, we're talking business. Let's talk business.
Yeah, let's talk business, Mike. First of all, you're all done. The Coyote family don't even have that kind of muscle anymore. The Godfather is sick, right? You're getting chased out of New York by Barzini and the other families. What do you think is going on here? You think you can come to my hotel and take over? I talked to Barzini. I can make a deal with him and still keep my hotel.
Oh yeah, well you're in a room full of coyotes.
Oh,
This man is
that was
dumb.
Nothing, Mike. Now, Mo didn't mean nothing by that. Sure, he flies off the handle once in a while, but Mo and me were good friends, right, Mo, huh?
I got a business to run. I got to kick asses sometimes to make it run right. We had a little argument, Freddie and I, so I had to straighten him out.
You straightened my brother out.
He was banging cocktail waitresses 2 at a time. Players couldn't get a drink at the table. What's wrong with you?
I leave for New York tomorrow. Think about a price.
Do you know who I am? I'm Mo Green. I made my bones when you were going out with cheerleaders.
Wait a minute, Mo. Mo, I got an idea. Tom, you're the consigliere.
No, he's
You can talk
not.
to Don, you can explain.
Just a minute now. Don is semi-retired, and Mike is in charge of the family business now. If you have anything to say, say it to Michael.
Mike, you don't come to Las Vegas and talk to a man like Mo Green like that.
Fredo, you're my older brother, and I love you. But don't ever take sides with anyone against the family again. Ever.
I hope you don't mind the way I keep going over this Barzini business.
No, not at all.
I spend my life trying not to be careless. Women and children can be careless, but not men. I want you to arrange to have a telephone man check all the calls that go over. You're not here.
I did it already, Pop.
You know, good be
Pop,
anyone.
I took care of that.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
He's losing his memory
What's the
too.
matter? What's bothering you? I'll handle it. I told you I can handle it. I'll handle it.
I knew that Santina was gonna have to go through all this. Afraid I was. Oh. And I never wanted this for you.
That's obvious.
I was my whole life. I don't apologize to take care of my family, and I refused to be a fool, dancing on the string held by all those big shots. I don't apologize, that's my life, but I thought that when it was your time that you would be the one to hold the strings. Senator Corleone, Governor Corleone.
Another pezzo novanta.
Just hoping for
This wasn't
better.
enough time, Michael. Wasn't enough time.
We'll get there, Pop. We'll get there.
Now listen, whoever comes to you with this Barzini meeting, he's a traitor. Don't forget that. Oh, 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 oh.
Where are you?
You need to go sit down, old man. Jesus. Oh. Ah. That's how he went out. This feels, it feels so real. You know what I'm saying? Like, the way how this is shot, it just feels, it feels very real. Like, you feel like this is actually happened. Like, this could be, you know, very non-fiction. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel like the way how this was shot, like it was happening for real. Like, this, you know, it might as well be a true story. You know what I'm saying?
Mike, can I have a minute? Barzini wants to arrange a meeting. He says we can straighten any of our problems out.
You talk to him?
Yeah. I can arrange security. On my territory.
His father did tell him, anybody that comes to do the meeting, that's the traitor.
Right.
All right.
You know how they're gonna come at you?
They're arranging a meeting in Brooklyn. Tessio's ground. Where I'll be safe.
What? My question is, why does Connie have to act like for him to be Godfather? I mean, I guess it's on another level of protection, I guess. Because, I mean, Connie's his sister. Like, he's automatically the uncle. He planning to hit all 5 bosses? All the bosses? That is exactly what he's planning to do, bruh. Nah, bruh.
our way to Brooklyn. I hope Mike can get us a good deal tonight.
Sure he will.
I don't think you're leaving here alive, buddy.
Sal, Tom, the boss says he'll come in a separate car. He says for you two to go on ahead.
Hell, he can't do that. It screws up all my arrangements.
Well, that's what he said.
I can't go either, Sal.
Tell Mike it was only business. I always liked him.
He understands that.
Excuse me, Sal. Huh?
Tom, can you get me off the hook?
Nigga, please.
For old time's sake.
Can't do it, Sally.
I know this nigga did not just say that. Can you get me off, Tom? Man. For old time's sake. Buddy. The man told you to be patient, bro. 6 months. You couldn't even wait 6 months?
You have to answer for Santino, Carlo.
Yo! Carlo is the...
You fingered Sonny for the Barzini people.
I...
that little farce you played with my sister.
You know, I had an idea. I was like, this gotta be, because I was like, how did they know Sonny would leave the house, bro?
Please, Mike, don't do this to me.
Nah, bro. Nah, bruh. Sonny was a horrible leader.
Barzini's dead.
Well, you was out here.
So is Philip Tattaglia. Mo Green. Stracci. Cuneo. Today I settle all family business, so don't tell me you're innocent, Carlo. Admit what you did.
I was wondering when he was gonna come out and deal with this
Get him a drink.
pitiful human being. Dude, if a woman is acting out, you cheating. A woman is acting out, you bounce, dude. You don't take your belt off and start beating the woman.
Sister a widow?
So he's not gonna
I'm
kill him.
Godfather to your son, Carlo. I want you to stay there. You understand? Only don't tell me you're innocent. Because it insults my intelligence. It makes me very angry.
Why is this man so calm?
Who approached you? Tattaglia or Barzini?
It was Barzini.
There's a car waiting for you outside. Take you to the airport. I'll call your wife. Tell her what flight you're on.
Hello, Carlo.
There's no way they let them. Yup. No way they let them off the hook like that.
Michael! Michael! What are you... Where is he? Michael! Michael, you lousy bastard. You killed my husband. You waited until Papa died so nobody could stop you, and then you killed him. You blamed him for Sonny. You always did. Everybody did. But you never thought about me. You never gave a damn about me. No. What am I gonna do? Connie. Why do you think he kept Carlo at the mall? All the time he knew he was gonna kill him. And you stood godfather to our baby. You lousy, cold-hearted bastard.
How about you get out of my face?
Read the papers, read the papers. That's your husband. That's your husband.
Hysterical.
Michael, is it true?
Don't ask me about my business, Kate.
Is it true?
Don't ask me about my business.
No.
You didn't see this coming? Really? You didn't see this coming, Kay? Yeah, your drawers was too wet. That's ignored all rational decisions when this man came back into your life. All the conversations, like, you just climbed up into that car. This one time.
This one time, I'll let you ask me about my affairs.
Yes. He really just lied to her. He lied to her with a straight face. Michael Corleone is a savage. Wow, she actually believed that shit. Or probably not. You think she believed them? You just realizing who you married. Ew. I made it. I finally watched The Godfather. Yo. What a movie, man. What a movie. What a movie. What a movie, man. Definitely instant classic. I could see why people really love this movie, man. It's one of those. It's one of those, man. It's a classic. Instant classic as soon as I watch it. All right. So for all you guys that are watching over on Patreon, I do advise you guys to go back to YouTube to watch the review for this for my review for the movie, where I'll talk about it, all the stuff that happened, and I'll give it a score out of 10 based on the stuff that I've always done. So hopefully you guys go and check the review out. Hopefully you guys do, to hear what I have to say. Definitely a classic. Love the movie. Let's go talk about it. Alright, so after many years of hearing about The Godfather, after many years, right? After many years, I have finally watched The Godfather in its entirety, and I have to say I was not disappointed. Back in the day, I have to tell this story really quick. So back in the day when you know, I still play video games a lot. I remember playing a game. I don't remember if The Godfather was the name of the game, but I do remember playing a game that was like, you know, you had to, you know, you're racketeering and you would hold up like registers and stuff like that. It's not GTA, but it was kind of like GTA. You drove around town and did missions and stuff like that, and you could take out like bases and stuff like that. I don't remember if it was called The Godfather, but it was mob related, right? I don't remember exactly how the main missions went or anything like that. But it was very similar to this kind of setting. Especially the thing that really rings true for me, that really brought me back to that memory, is how the house, the main house that Sonny drove off from, how it was set up with the cars outside, and the way how you enter the compound and stuff like that. You know, the way how the house is, I remember vividly that's how it was in the game. So I'm guessing they did make a Godfather video game. I don't remember if it was called The Godfather, but I did play a game and still into that. I don't remember if I finished it. I don't remember finishing it, because I think all I did in that game was just like run around and take over compounds and stick people up at the registers and collect collection money or whatever. I was just enjoying myself. That was way back in the day. I don't know when that game was made, but it was an awesome time. So I just wanted to say that. So let's talk about The Godfather, man. Great movie. Great movie. They don't make them like this anymore. They definitely don't film them like this anymore. Of course, I'm watching the remastered version. I'm pretty sure the original version didn't look that good. This is definitely remastered. I'm watching it in 1080p, basically Blu-ray quality. So definitely, man, I have to say, I do not regret this. And it's the same thing that's going to happen with The Godfather 2. It's so that I will see in passing, maybe going on the TV or whatever, and I'll watch a couple of scenes and I turn on the channel because it's too long. But now I'm basically forced to watch it because of reactions, and I'm not disappointed because, you know, I enjoyed Avengers Endgame, you know what I'm saying, and that was 3 hours long. And I've watched also the Snyder cut to the Snyder cut for Justice League, and that was 4 hours. So because I feel like I'm a little bit used to now getting into watching these long movies, I definitely can sit down and watch the Godfather movies now. I don't know how long Godfather 2 is, but I think it's just as long as this one. And I was not disappointed. Every step of the way, I felt entertained. I felt like I was watching something in real life. I felt like I was a fly on the wall for this entire movie, just watching everything go by. The way how they filmed it, the way how they cut it, the way how they edited it, to make it feel like just a seamless continuity throughout the entire movie was very, very well done. Okay, so I used 3 things to judge movies, TV shows, anime, whatever it is that I'm watching. Once I get to the end, I give it a score out of 10, and I use 3 things to judge it. I use audio visuals, so cinematography, sound design. I also use rewatchability and also story. Okay, so let's talk about the rewatchability. This is high up there as in rewatchability, because I'm pretty sure there were subtle things that I probably missed while watching this movie. And some of the things that I actually talked about during the movie, where I was just like, I don't want to pause because of, you know, for obvious reasons, I have the show on a timer. So I don't want to pause to talk about anything. If you guys would prefer that I pause and talk about stuff during the movie, let me know in the comment section. If you don't want me to do that for The Godfather 2, I'll take it off the timer and you guys can sync up however you want to sync up, okay? So I don't want to stop it, because if I stop it, I'm going to have to stop the timer and then restart it again for the timer. It's a pain in the ass, okay? So rewatchability is very high. I think I would rewatch this movie you know, with family members and stuff like that, because it's not a movie that's super violent or anything like that. There are some really gruesome scenes. There's nudity, of course. There's one scene with nudity. So rewatchability is very high. So definitely the rewatchability is going to be a 10 out of 10 for me, because I definitely could see myself picking up this movie, or see this movie playing on TV and just watch it, you know what I'm saying? Or, pop this into the Blu-ray player or whatever, and watch it later on down the line, a year, 2 years from now, or even watch other people's reaction of this movie to see if they reacted the same way that I did. That's the reason why we watch reactions, right? So rewatchability, very, very extremely high for me on that. Audio visuals, this was a very well shot movie. They do not shoot movies like this anymore. Movies have so many edits and cuts these days. Most of the time the flow gets conflicted. That's one of the things with older movies and movies that they do now. They cut the movie so much and cut certain things out of scene so much, it messes with the continuity of what you're watching. And you as a pleb or somebody who's not been around like filming and stuff like that may not understand what I mean, or you may not pick up on it because that's what you're probably used to. But trust me, I see it in these movies all the time. That's the reason why, if you watch, I mentioned it earlier, if you watch the original Justice League, absolute garbage because of all the edits. The Snyder Cut, which was 4 hours, made so much more sense. I'm not talking about the upgraded visuals of the movie. For the Snyder Cut, just the story itself made so much more sense. There is so much of the movie that was cut for the original Justice League. It makes trust me, there was a lot of added scenes that made the movie so much more epic. But the Justice League, the original cut, was just absolutely garbage when it comes on to how it was cut, how it was edited. It was just absolute garbage. That's what I'm talking about when I say that's how they do movies these days, to just cut down on time, and it just messes with the flow of the movie, of what you want to accomplish. Even as a director or a producer or a writer, they cut out so many things that are essential for you to see and understand what is going on throughout the movie, that it just makes it moot at the end of the day. So Godfather did an impressive job with the visuals, with the editing for this movie, with the sound design, that classic Godfather OST that I've always heard and just loved it because it fits so well, you know what I'm saying? So it's definitely a 10 out of 10 for the audio visuals for me. The sound design was awesome. The score for this movie was awesome, you know what I'm saying? It was just done well, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of this stuff was shot on location as well, so that was even really cool to see as well. As I said, they don't do that as much anymore in the movie industry because they can just green screen everything, so it's kind of like good to see stuff that is being shot on location. I know it takes a lot more budget, a lot more money to shoot on location these days, or even before. It used to take a lot of money, but people used to take the chance because they know they're going to make money, they know people are going to see the movies and stuff like that, so they used to take the chance. Nowadays they're just like, yo, let's just pay for special effects and get it over with. I don't know this for real. You guys will probably know the stats on this. Somebody out there can tell me this. Is it more expensive to shoot on location, right? Is it more expensive? I think it is. I think it does cost more money to shoot on location than to get special effects. I do think that in these days, I know special effects is pretty expensive as well, but I think it's more expensive to shoot on location than it is. That's just my thought, and from what I've experienced, I don't know if that has changed over time. You get what I'm saying? From what I'm used to, I know that it used to be. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, it used to be, or I don't know if it still is. That's the question I'm asking. I don't know if it still is. I know from the last time I checked, which was years ago, right? That's what I'm saying. There's a possibility that it might have changed, that special effects is now more expensive than shooting on location. I don't know, but I don't think it is. But you guys can educate me on that. Let me know if you know you might be able to check on the stats of that. It gives you a chance to leave a comment, okay? Because I know a lot of you guys out there don't want to leave comments. Anyways, let's talk about the most important thing about this show, about this movie that I just watched, The Godfather, the classic, the story, right? The story of this was very good. Love Marlon Brando as the Godfather. As I've mentioned in the intro of the video, that I do know that he dies at the end of the movie, right? That's one of the things that I was spoiled about. And it's not necessarily spoiled, as I've told you guys that I have seen parts of this movie in passing. That's one of the ones that I have seen. I have seen, when it comes on to that scene in particular, where he falls over, I didn't even recognize the scene when I was actually watching it just now. To be honest, I didn't even recognize it because I was like, yeah. And then it popped into my head when I saw him fall. I was like, this is that scene. I didn't even recognize the scene actually, because the times when I was used to seeing it in passing, or when I seen it in passing, the film was so old, you know what I'm saying, that I didn't even recognize the thing until it was over, really. Because I was like, hey, sit down and catch your breath, you know what I'm saying, because he was coughing. I didn't even realize that it was that scene that I seen like years ago, you know what I'm saying. So that's one of the scenes that I know, and not only because I seen it, not only because I've seen it, but also, when people that I've known that have talked about The Godfather, I've been spoiled about that. But I didn't know about the whole Michael thing that happened, like, after. The whole thing that happened at the end there, where he basically killed all the bosses of the 5 families and all of that. Didn't know about any of that. So, the whole thing that led up. So, I mean, the story for this was very well thought out. We got the boss. We saw the whole wedding thing that they talked about in The Sopranos as well. The whole, you can't refuse an offer at your daughter's wedding. That whole thing that they were talking about. There's a lot of things that they referenced in The Sopranos that they referenced from the Godfather movie, right? Give him an offer he can't refuse, right? That's a whole thing that people has been saying for years, didn't know where it was from. Finally seen it in the movie where it is actually from. So I'm also looking forward to that stuff and watching the other movies as well, to hear a lot of these sayings, these Italian mob sayings that people have been saying to me for years. I didn't know where it's from. I just liked it, I guess. So the story, we got Marlon Brando as the Godfather, trying to take care of his family, not refusing any offers, a bunch of offers. There's a list of people that comes to see him to ask him for favors during his daughter's wedding. It's like a tradition, right? And he grants all of them. And then we got introduced to Michael, him not being involved with the family, don't want to really get involved because he's like an army veteran. He was just that dude, right, that didn't want to get involved, and his father didn't want him to get involved with the family. So throughout the whole thing, because I don't want to go over the whole entire story, we just watched it, right? We just watched it, so that's not what I do. I don't go over the entire event of what happened, to give you the gist of what happened in the story and how much I loved it. So basically, Paulie, caught sick, so they couldn't really, the protection was kind of gone. They tried to assassinate the Don because he refused to go in business with him and share the basic, you know what I'm saying, them wanting to go into the drug business, and he's like, it's a dangerous business, I don't want to get involved, you know what I mean, I don't want to have nothing to do with that. And he's like, I'm not going to, he's like, listen, as soon as the politicians find out that you're involved with drugs and stuff like that, they're going to start wanting to distance themselves. They will help you with every kind of other crime, but hey, drugs is where we draw the line. Right? Drugs is where we draw the line. So yeah. So they made an attempt on his life. He survived. And I was a little confused at that point because I was like, wait a minute. Doesn't he die at the end of the movie? Why? You know what I'm saying? Doesn't he die at the end of the movie? And then he found out that he actually survived the incident, right? The attempt on his life. Michael heard about it. You know what I'm saying? He was in somewhere else at the time. I don't know where. I think he was in probably like, you know, I think he was in New York, right? He was in New York when he heard the news, but he wasn't like where they at. So they're probably like in some other borough. He was in another borough at the time. I think he looked like he was in Manhattan at the time when he heard the news about his father. You know what I'm saying? And then they, you know, dude made the attempt to talk to Tom to see if he could, you know, help Sonny to come to some conclusion. But Sonny is you know what I'm saying? Like, Sonny is the type of dude. He's not a clear-headed leader. You see the difference between Michael and the Don is a huge difference between how they want to rule. It's like, why do I need to raise my voice about anything? Anytime you have a leader that loves to raise their voice like Sonny, they're just not a good leader. They don't understand. People will respect you more and they will fear you even more. You get what I'm saying? You don't have to project fear onto people. People will fear you just out of how you are. You get what I'm saying? Just about how you are, but you don't got to use it to rule. That's the difference. So you got to be level-headed. And if you're threatening someone, there's still no need. If they know what you're capable of, there's still no need to raise your voice. So definitely they showed that they were completely different than Sonny. I was wondering throughout the whole thing, when Sonny went out of the house because of Carlos' bitch ass, how did he get ambushed like that? I was wondering. I was like, what happened? But it turns out Carlo is the one that set up the entire thing. And I didn't even think about it, that it would have been him, because he was at the house wailing on Michael's sister, on Connie, right? And I was like, I wasn't even thinking that he could be the one. It was kind of in the back of my mind that it possibly was him, but at the same time it was like, it could not be him. You know what I'm saying? But then they revealed it at the end that he was approached by Barzini, right? So great story, man. Great story. Sonny got killed, and of course, you know, Michael, when Michael took revenge, he had to flee. You know what I'm saying? Killed the two dudes. What's his name again? Sozella? I don't remember. I don't remember that dude's name. The dude that was trying to come to terms, you know what I'm saying, was working with the Tattaglia family to get them to get involved with drugs and stuff like that. So after Michael killed both him and the crooked cop that punched Michael in the face at the hospital, he decided, you know what I'm saying, they decided he can't stay. You know, he got to be gone for a while. So, of course, you know, in Italy, you know what I'm saying, he heard that Sonny was killed. And then, you know, he was out there, you know, just living his life. He got married and they killed his wife. Because the dude that he was staying there with, you know what I'm saying? And I think it was a setup by that family as well. I still think that's a setup by his family. But my God, man, was this a great way to the continuity in this story is so good. It's so easy to follow. It's so easy to remember everything that happens in this movie because of the great continuity. You know what I'm saying? So after all of that happened, of course, Michael comes back home and sweet talks Kay into marrying him because, you know, her panty never dried up for Michael. So her panties never dried up for Michael. So as soon as she saw him, she's like, hey, you're back. She was a little hesitant, but you know what I'm saying? She couldn't resist the charms, man. She couldn't resist the charms. So, of course, they got married. I thought there was going to be another wedding, but there was not another wedding. So, of course, Michael was being cautious of this entire thing, and his father was kind of like being conciliatory to him. He took over the family. You know, his father handed the reins down to him. It's like, anything you need to talk to me about, any favors, Michael is the one in charge of the family now, so you talk to him. Okay? So find out about the entire thing. Bada bing, bada boom. You know what I'm saying? And then we have a scene with the father dying, and then Michael decides, you know what? For all you bitches, I'm gonna take all of y'all. Y'all don't understand? You know what I'm saying? They're still trying after they kill. I think the way how they killed Sonny, man, that shit never really. I think they when the Don had the meeting with the 5 families, right? And I think when he told them that I won't be the one to break this agreement, I swear. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is that it's like he knew they were going to lie low. And he didn't lie. Because Michael is the one that actually took revenge. You know what I'm saying? So I guess he knew in that moment that he was going to hand the family over to Michael, whatever decisions he made. But he did provide counsel for Michael. So in terms of the context of the show and the story, they did a very good job. I've been praising it this entire time. 10 out of 10 for the story. So this essentially becomes a 10 out of 10 movie for me. I enjoyed it so much. I don't even know what to say here to even find a blemish, that's something I didn't like, because I loved every aspect of the movie. They didn't spend too long on any scene, too short on any scene. Everything fit. Everything made sense. The continuity was excellent. So The Godfather gets a 10 out of 10 from Terabyt Reacts. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching this movie wherever you watched it. If you watched it here on YouTube, the cut up version, or you watched it on Patreon, I appreciate you guys for doing so. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to leave a comment and a like on this video. It's your boy Terabyt Reacts. Finally watched The Godfather, man. I'm moving on to watch Godfather 2, but that's probably not going to be this week though. 1 movie per week, guys. Thank you guys so much. I'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace.